Hey, hi, this is Priyanka Sorte, and of course, welcome to this tutorial that I'm making and where we analyze a real world web server log file called Calgary's HTTP dataset. This dataset contains all the HTTP requests made to a web server in July 1995. And in this video, we will explore the logs using Python to find insights like total requests, unique visitors, errors, bandwidth, and more. Let's get started. So first thing is data loading and cleaning. Okay, the first we need to download the dataset. It's available as a compressed .gz file at the FTP link, which I have shown here, and the file is about 5.4 megabytes compressed and 52 megabytes uncompressed. We can download and decompress it manually or write a Python script to. Once decompressed, we get a plain text log file with one request per line. And then next is the log file is just a text file. So we can open it in Python and read it line by line. Each line corresponds to a single HTTP request. For example, to preview, we simply open the file and print the first few lines, which you can see here. So the first one is the IP address or host making the request, okay, and the date and time of the request. Then HTTP request method and file name, and then HTTP response status code 200 means okay. The size of the response in bytes. We will extract and analyze this field in our code. So then there are several questions which I have to answer of that. So let's count of total log records. Count the total number of HTTP requests. Since each line is one request, we just count the lines in the file. This tells us how many requests the server processed in total. This is my code, and the server has processed 7,26,739 requests. Okay, now second question is count of unique host. Next, we find out how many unique hosts access the server. The host is the first field on each line. We will extract this host IPs or name and count how many distinct hosts appears. This gives us an idea how many different visitors the server had, which is 2. Okay, and then we will see date. This helps us understand daily diversity of requested resources. The HTTP request status code tells us if the request was unsuccessful. A status code of 404 means the requested resource was not found. We count how many times 404 appears in the logs. This can help identify broken links or missing files. This is the code, and I see there are 23,602 records. We also want to know which files cause the most 404 errors. We collect file names from request with status code 404. Then we find the top 15 file names sorted by frequency. This points us to the most problematic missing files, and which is similarly we check file types or extension cause the most 404 errors. For example, .html, .jpg, .css. This gives insights into the types of file missing most often. Okay. And bandwidth means the amount of data transferred. Each long line shows the size of the response in bytes. We sum the bytes transferred for each day, ignoring lines when size is missing or invalid. This tells us how much data the server sends daily, which is this information. And then next we count how many requests happen each hour of the day. This helps understand traffic patterns and peak hours. We identify the most frequently requested files regardless of response. In request per file name, we return the top 10. This shows the most popular resources on the server. Then finally, we count how many times each HTTP response code appears, like 200, 404, 500, etc. This gives a snapshot of server health and user experience. So that's a full analysis of the Calgary HTTP logs. I have learned how to extract and interpret key information from the web using Python. These insights are valuable for web admins to monitor traffic, detect errors, and optimize performance. So this is all, and thank you so much for watching.